The first RPG to land on the new 16-bit Mega Drive console, Phantasy Star 2 is often considered one of the best JRPGs of all time. It moved away from the first-person dungeon crawling aspects of the original game on Master System, and instead went for a more traditional top-down view for exploring and third-person view for battling. Going from the fourth game of the series on the first Mega Drive Mini to the second game now is a tad disappointing, as this one doesn't look as good. But the gameplay is essentially the same from what I could tell, and that's the most important part. You control a government agent and his friend in a mission to figure out why Mother Brain, the AI thing controlling the planet, is starting to act up. The game appears to have garnered a ton of praise for the story back in the day, so it's one I would like to play through at some point, though I do feel the game gets a little overpraised in other aspects, considering this game came out in 1989 in Japan, while Dragon Quest III on the 8-bit NES system was already out a year earlier, and in my opinion blows this game away in a lot of areas. But I am only basing that on a short time that I've spent with Phantasy Star 2, and I also don't mean to crap on the game either, it's just my personal thoughts. Will play again. Populous is a god game, where you take on the role of a god and have to manage a world. And that's all I can really say about it, because similar to Herzog's Wii from a couple of days ago, I feel like this game needed the manual included, because without it, unless you played the game before, you'll have no idea what to do. I was able to place down some land and make a couple of hills, and then I stopped being able to do that. I tried clicking on a bunch of icons on the screen, only to be met with a message telling me that I couldn't use them. Brilliant. Not a game I'm even that interested in learning about to actually play either. Won't play again. Rainbow Islands Extra is a port of the arcade game, only the Mega Drive Extra version features rearranged levels. The object of the game is to climb to the top of the screen before the water rises up and kills you. While you can jump up platforms, sometimes you'll need a little extra help, and that help comes in the form of rainbows. Yep, you can create rainbows. You can walk up them to reach higher areas, or use them to defeat enemies. Enemies for some reason turn into food when you kill them, which you can collect for points. It's incredibly simple, but actually really fun. I like this. Will play again. Visually, Ranger X is a great looking run and gun shooter for the Mega Drive. You control a mech with tons of firepower and the ability to fly up in the air, with a motorbike on the ground as well. On paper, it seems like this should be a great game, but in practice I found it lacking. For starters, I hate the controls. In order to turn around, you need to press A to turn left and C to turn right. Just let me turn with the bloody D-pad. This is confusing and annoying when you're swarmed by enemies and forget that it doesn't control like every other game in existence. Having a motorbike you can hop on seems like a cool idea as well, but I just couldn't figure out its purpose. I would hop on and move forward, and at that point I would wonder why it's even there, since, you can move forward without it. And also, you can jump in the air without it. Maybe if I spent some time getting used to the awkward controls, I'd have more fun with it. Might play again.